we do an induction, and the induction we usually do. You have more experience. We could do another induction, but the typical induction is progressive muscle relaxation.
Mm,
That's the go-to. It's kind of like a fail-safe. It captures, it
yeah.
casts the widest net, and it's the least
Yeah.
strange. And then
Okay.
we do resource building. So we go through a period where we help you feel the best possible thing around a specific topic. A character
Mm,
trait, safety, success, abundance, love, all of those,
mm,
any of those, we just kind of saturate ourselves with them, and that
mm,
it sets the tone. Like you're disconnecting from whatever your past emotional state was, and you're creating an emotional state that is a positive or higher, if you will. And that is, I compare that a little bit to like the feel good feeling that the drug gives you, which is part of how you would feel good. Um,
mm,
why it makes it easier to then handle whatever comes next, because you're doing it from a
mm,
place of expansion and feeling good about yourself. Any
mm,
creativity that might be necessary at that time, was a lot of it, um,
mhm,
flows more easily from feeling good about yourself. And best of all, or another reason, is it oftentimes immediately isolates what needs to be worked on. Because if 90% of people
mm.
feel X but 10% can't, well, our work is already cut out for us right there. So it oftentimes launches right
Right.
into the next stage. The next stage I call the work, and it's the classic therapeutic going through the process. At the very end, we tie it all
Mhm.
together with some reflection and like maybe goal
Mm,
setting, or projecting onto the future. So it's kind of like
mm.
tying it into a close. So those are the four stages.
I like that. Okay, especially like the end of the intention setting of
Yeah.
like I think it's good to wrap things up and have I don't want to make it like action items, but kind of like some stuff, tangible things from this experience that you can like implement in your day to day.
Okay.
Uh,
If you prefer that,
yeah.
we can make that even more of an emphasis, right? Different people, different. I usually try to include some of it, but
Mm,
like uh,
yeah.
specific action items type of thing. Yeah. Which, okay, perfect.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. So that's the idea.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay, let's do this.
Awesome. So I invite you to just get comfortable. I'm going to actually be relaxing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
invite you to take a nice deep breath in and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and just let it out. Yeah. And you can let yourself drop right in to this nice, relaxed state with your experience exactly. It could be that you've been here before and it feels really good, and just going back to all those good feelings, relaxing your body, relaxing your mind. Yeah. And you can imagine in this place, as you deeply relax, a nice, relaxing wave just flowing through your body from the top of your head down through your whole body. It relaxes the muscles beneath your scalp, at the top of your head, and at the back of your head, relaxing all the muscles around your face, your forehead, and your eyes, your eyelids getting nice and heavy. Yeah. Your nose and your cheeks relaxing. Yeah. Your ears and your jaw, your tongue and your throat relaxing. And it can really feel as though any mask, any persona, any appearances that you need to keep up right now can let it all melt away. And the muscles in your face can relax just that much more, you knowing that you can just be as you are right now. And that relaxation continues down the muscles of your neck and your shoulders, all the muscles in your shoulders relaxing, and down your arms getting heavier and heavier, all the way to the palms of your hands and the backs of your hands. Flowing through your arms and your shoulders and down the muscles of your back, your upper back, your lower back, all the muscles around your spine, all the way down. Down your legs, all the way through your ankles to the bottoms of your feet and the tops of your feet. And you can wiggle out any tension in your toes, feeling really present and grounded right now. Yeah. And the relaxation continues through your legs, through your stomach. Each breath flowing into your stomach, expanding. On each exhale, just letting go. Letting go of tension, letting go of anything that no longer serves you right here, right now. And the relaxation continues from your stomach to your chest. And here too, relaxing, letting go. And so as your body continues to relax, you can imagine another wave of relaxation just beginning at the bottoms of your feet, flowing even deeper and even stronger, all the way to the top of your head. These wave after wave of relaxation, up and down, down and up. With each breath you take, with each moment that goes by, deeper and deeper. And as your whole body continues to relax, each part at its own pace, you can imagine that the air you're breathing in is like a relaxing steam. And each time you inhale, it flows into your mind and it relaxes your mind. Your thoughts slow down. Just pleasant, relaxing thoughts. And your mind and your body joining together in relaxation. The more relaxed your body gets, the more your mind can relax. The deeper your mind goes, the more your body can relax even further. And through this all, you just allow the part of your mind that is curious about why things are happening, what is going on. It can relax. Just in the moment, each moment, its own moment. There may be a curiosity about this process itself. You know this is being recorded. You can always revisit it later. And so for now, you can fully immerse in the experience. Letting any analysis just fade away. Just really basic curiosity about what happens next. Just an openness to all sensation and experience in your body. And in this place, I invite you to find pleasure in your current experience right now. Yeah. Just taking a few moments to enjoy where you're currently at. Yeah. The relaxation in your body. Any sensations that feel good right now. The overall state that your mind is in. Give yourself permission to enjoy it. And taking pause and just inviting pleasure and positivity into your physical sensation is such a powerful healing experience itself. It moves us from a place of surviving and into a place of thriving. So allow yourself one level deeper, even more enjoyment. How good it feels to just relax and let go. And in this place, feeling really good, really relaxed, I want to invite you to let your mind take you back to a time, some specific moment in your past where you felt really successful and capable. If there are many memories, just pick one and let yourself travel back to this one point in time you felt really accomplished. As I count down from 5 to 1, you can just let yourself go there, immerse in this experience. 5, relaxing your body. Yeah. And 4, relaxing your mind. 3, going backwards in time to one specific memory. And 1, be there. Completely relaxed, completely present, completely there. Let yourself feel what it feels like in this moment. Feelings, the sights, the sounds, the smells, sensations in this moment. And deeply relaxed, feeling it all, you can freely and clearly communicate with me what's going on for you. So, Sunny, where do you find yourself in your mind being taken to?
Um, I'm taken back to when I received feedback about me being a teaching assistant for anatomy, and it's just such a wonderful, like rewarding feeling, and to hear like positive reception for the work that I was able to create, like teaching materials and seeing students share how like they're really grateful, and that just warms my heart. I just,
Yeah,
yeah, I would say that's a successful, if you will, moment.
perfect. So let yourself feel, really feel that, how it warms your heart. And anywhere else in your body that you really feel it. And you can actually imagine that each breath that you take flows into your heart and invites all those positive feelings to get even bigger and even stronger.
I also feel like warmness in my face, like blushing.
Yeah. Is that a positive sensation? Yeah. Let yourself feel it. And where do you feel it the most? What's the most prominent sensation in your body?
I think my heart, yeah, it's like glowing. That's, I think I even told my students that before. Like my heart glows when I hear that the work I've like put in was fruitful, that it has impacted people and it helped them enjoy learning anatomy. And
Yeah,
it actually kind of makes me like tears of joy.
absolutely. Let yourself
Yeah.
feel it all. Yeah. The joy welling up bigger and stronger. You have permission to feel it all.
What makes me feel extremely like emotional too is because even like 2 years, 3 years, it's been like 4 years actually, since teaching anatomy, I still get feedback or I still get messages um, from like, for example, a mutual friend that says, "Oh, that person in your class still uses your notes, or still because they've also become a TA, or you know, I feel like I just know the ripple effects of something from like what you can create. I don't know, it's just very powerful.
Yeah, that impact, that satisfaction of ongoing impact. Yeah, exactly. And I invite you to allow, yeah, these feelings to grow bigger and stronger with each breath, and inviting them to spread all through your body, from where you feel them the most, to see if there's anywhere else in your body that these feelings can spread to as well. Anywhere else where they're effortlessly and openly welcome. Hmm. Do you feel it in more places now?
I just feel like expanded from my heart and like yeah, envelops my body.
Yeah,
It's bringing also more memories like, of different moments where that similar sensation has been there.
of course. Yeah. Feel it all. Let them all contribute to each other. Feeling it all through your body. And here too, really enjoying the experience, reveling in it. So checking that your whole body is feeling these positive feelings, yeah? Perfect. So these feelings can continue deeper and stronger and reinforce all those positive things that you know about yourself deeper and deeper into your body, into your subconscious. It becomes more and more matter of fact, more and more present in your thoughts and your actions through your life. And from this place, feeling so good, so capable, I invite you to just notice, observe, imagine a specific task that's important to you. For example, your business websites. From this place, feeling really good and really capable, what do you notice? What comes online when you imagine an outstanding task like building your business websites?
I can imagine that this is like building the websites. It can be the beginning of something really powerful or
Yeah.
beautiful as well.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like also that at the same time, because it could have that potential, I feel a little bit of like heart racing too. It's like, oh, and maybe part of it too is in the past how I got to those points may or may not have always been like the most healthiest in terms of self care. I feel like I overwork sometimes, or a lot of times,
Yeah.
and maybe that's I feel like maybe I assume that in order to succeed, I have to overwork or put so much like be so selfless that to the point of burnout almost.
Yeah.
But I feel like that may not be true.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe there's a different way.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I
So
guess that's where maybe the fear. Sorry, yeah, I was just saying
yeah,
that might be where some of the fears are from.
perfect. So let's explore that more. Um, I want to invite you to connect to the great thing that this could be, that feeling of potential and excitement, and see that vision unfolding, the best possible scenario of how this goes. How this is the key, right? This opens up a world of possibility. This is the next important step, and you and your subconscious know this is a key stepping stone. And see from there how it all unfolds into all this great stuff. Even more deeply and more vividly, imagine, feel that. And what do you notice?
I notice seeing like the ripple effects, if you will, like
Mm-hmm.
different scenes,
Yeah.
like launching the website, posting on LinkedIn, and posting the video testimonies I've gathered, and seeing the network kind of expand itself as and just seeing what opportunities can come up. I think because I do have a belief that there is so much abundance of opportunities that it's endless. It's just a matter of putting yourself in those positions to receive, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, and I feel like I can see that happening very vividly. Um,
And how do you feel?
I feel very excited, very excited.
Yeah.
And that's at the same time, there's still that underlying, what if the reality isn't up to this vision?
Yes, perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I
Exactly.
feel like that's kind of the story of our lives. Like we all have visions. Um, and whether it's a vision for a business or vision for a relationship, right? But sometimes what is in this reality, it's always not quite the same because we live in this physical world, right? There's limits, there's parameters versus our imagination. It's there's no limits, there's no parameters. So
Exactly.
maybe that's also part of it too. It's like I fear that my vision may not be. Uh, there's a part of me that really believes, but there's also part of me that has like I don't know, maybe doubt is the word.
Yeah.
Mm,
And it's
yeah.
the more creative you are, the more of the vivid and expansive vision there can be, and that can actually create even more of a gap from the reality as it is right now, and you're more conscious of that gap. So not everybody dreams the same size dreams,
Hmm.
and it's very valid, and to have that wisdom that like, yeah, real life will always be uh, not match up to the colors in my mind right now.
Yeah,
And
it may
so
not.
yeah,
But let's say though, it could also go the opposite way too, where you have a vision, but reality turned out to be much greater than you could ever envision. I think that has happened too. Um,
yeah, reality can end up even greater. And so
yeah,
right
yeah,
now,
exactly.
yeah, as you feel this feeling, that excitement, is there a part right now that has a fear? Where's the fear gone?
Mm. Hard to say because I feel like the same physiology of excitement and fear in my mind sometimes it's like similar. It's like I can't parse it out fully. Like
Yeah,
maybe it's just excitement, right? I feel like when you're excited, your heart also races.
yeah,
So is that fear or excitement? I don't know. I feel pretty open to the possibility. So
yeah,
perhaps it's leaning more towards excitement.
yes. And
Yeah.
I sometimes describe that as giddy.
Giddy. Yeah, I like that.
And
Yeah.
the next question, I guess, that comes to mind is this giddy excitement the best place in which to take action?
I think so. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not think. I think I know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when you imagine yourself right now actually sitting down to start building a website and really seeing it play out, like very detailed, minute things, that dragging the image into the browser and all that stuff. I want to invite you to just immerse in that very detailed, nuanced experience of going through those actions. And how does that feel?
Mm. I'm just imagining myself right now sitting in front of my laptop and opening up WordPress
Hmm.
and then the Divi builder.
Yeah,
And then, yeah, imagining myself drag and drop and getting into the zone, just letting my mind flow, like that free association, and
yeah,
just putting the basics down first. I feel like that's like, the basic, the key portfolio items, like the example works I want to profile. I can imagine like three of them,
hmm,
and also profiling the testimonies, profiling all the logos that like of the clients I've worked with, and like yeah, I can see it very simple, but also um, easy to navigate and impactful website that can be created. And I feel like I can also imagine like I want a headshot. I need to get a photo shoot now. I feel like I need to get some professional shots to be taken so I can like put it up. And that's really exciting to me that I get to do this. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, this makes it more real. I can, yeah, wear a suit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So feeling that excitement all through your body, just at each step, checking with all the parts of yourself with complete openness. Every part is fully aligned and ready and open for this experience.
Mhm. I can also imagine the logo that I came up with, which
Yeah,
also had some like, I had some intention and meaning, and
yeah,
um, yeah, it's like I don't know. I could just see it all put together. My color scheme, because again, I already have everything like set. Like I already had those things written down or designed like some things in Adobe Illustrator. It's just all a matter of like pulling everything together into this site. That's the step that's like missing, I guess. Just pulling it together.
yeah.
Uh,
Right now it feels
yeah.
good to pull it all together. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
It's very, I believe it's very doable. It's very doable. Like I have all the pieces. It's just putting the puzzle pieces together, you know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I'm curious when you fast forward, it's almost like you watch a movie and fast forward and you see yourself doing all those things. It's all about the actions that you take, right? And taking those ideas,
Mhm.
making them a reality in this way. The technology allows for so well, right? You can take an idea into reality so quickly with technology.
Absolutely.
And
Very grateful.
yeah, yeah, feel that. And all the way through to completion, all the way through to your launch. I want to invite you to see yourself actually putting this into the world.
Yeah, like
People see.
imagine myself clicking the launch button or
Exactly.
post.
But exactly, and like you said before, LinkedIn and friends
LinkedIn.
and business cards,
Mhm.
whatever comes up for you right now.
Yeah. My
Feel
email signature. Updating
exactly. Update the email
my
signature. It's real. Yeah,
yeah, it's real.
feeling that.
Yeah. And I also thinking of like starting that a new Instagram page for the specific venture and or TikTok and repackaging some of the videos or designs and posting on there. Like I can see it all happening.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm like buzzing with excitement. Is that a way to say it?
yes, yeah, that's a perfect way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
feel that buzz. And I'm curious from this buzzing place and feeling so good and seeing it happening so clearly and easily, does it feel right for you to compare this to where things were and sort of learn what changed? What, how is this so simple and easy for you right now? What can you do in the future to make it the same?
I think yeah, it definitely feels uh, like ease. That's the way I would say, or flow.
Yes.
Um, and compare that to what was the before? Could you clarify?
Well, we don't have to go there. I think my main question is, what helped you create this ease and flow right now? How can you create it
Mm,
more in the future?
I think it really boils down to checking in with myself or uh, or like self-validating even
Yes.
because a lot of times I think a lot of times I seek it out externally to say, oh, is this a good idea or should I do this? But then really, like if I, as right now, like sitting with myself and dropping into that, I guess, core, if you will, it's like like
Yeah.
deep down, like,
No.
um, and also I think to give an example of one like because I know this area of work is what excites me. It's like my highest excitement, if you will. If you listen to Bashar, like that channel guy or channeler guy, but he says like you know follow your highest excitement. And I feel like this is it. Like this is something that um, all my past experiences, whether it's like with mental health or whether it's with design and art and health sciences, because I had that background, right? I'm a master. I feel like it's combining so much of my experiences, and I can create something new and beautiful from this experience and share that to the world. It's like a gift, and to add that to the collective conscious or to contribute. And I feel like this is something much more bigger than me, even like Sunny. It's much more bigger. It's for the collective. Um, and yeah, I'm just wow. Like I guess yeah, it's very like remembering that is I think what is important too in terms of why I'm feeling this way. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, even like I have an example too of going like in spite of the resistance, setting a time. Yeah, just the other day, I set a time to just 1 hour design a logo and kind of played around with it. And then once I got started, got really excited. I think it's a sign that like, hey, there is something here, in spite of that initial fear. Because I think again, I think because this is something way bigger than me. Because my vision is like I want to make sure mental health like evidence is readily accessible to all like patients or service providers or family members or anyone who needs it. Like that's my vision. And because it's so grand too, it can also have some fear because I think we all, maybe not we, I don't want to say we all, but there is like a tendency to fear things that are also powerful, right? Like the sun is very powerful. Uh, it's also very beautiful and it's a source of lots of life. But then I think if we were to get near closer to the sun, if we were to look right into the sun, that's also like there's some danger too, right? Or there's some it's like powerful. And like so things that are like awe inspiring, like inspires awe, I feel like also can create a lot of fears too, which yeah, it goes hand in. I don't know, it's just a thought I
Yeah.
had.
I invite you in those moments to just be in the awe, right? And with the fear, right? Just, it's okay.
Mm,
Don't necessarily take action. You don't need to move away from it or overcome it. Just be with it. I think that's what you did today. I think quite well. It's like,
mm,
this thing is so inspiring that it's scary, and let me sit with that and let your
mm.
body show you at each moment what it needs. And I think this speaks to what you were saying earlier around different ways of going about the same thing. And I want you to notice from this place, feeling really good and really inspired, how it contrasts with some of the earlier ways in which you might have gone about it, and what you now understand, what is now clear to you, it just wasn't clear back then. And that's why you go through the world doing things differently now, in a way that's healthier for you and stuff like that. And in fact, I want to invite you to send back in time some of this wisdom that you now have, and just send it back as a gift to your younger self. If it feels right, you can even visit those younger selves. Drop in on them. Say, hey, I see what you're going through. Is there anything you would like to share with them?
I want to share to my younger self, even in the recent past, when she felt stuck or when she felt in that paralysis of fear and maybe a little depressed because of it.
Yes.
Um, I want to tell her that one, the opposite of fear is trust, like trusting in yourself, trusting that, you know, what you do can add to our collective consciousness. And two, let me hold up, I have the thought, but it's like coming in and out. Oh, I remember now. Two is to like a way to discern whether um, to approach that resistance, like how to approach that resistance. If it's something that I really or you really desire, um, and and in addition to a lot of resistance, sometimes the more resistance you feel, it may be a signal that it's something important, very important for you. And because it's so important, you don't want it to not work out, or you're afraid of the power again that it can have. And I think that's okay to feel that way. And you can also kind of maybe transmute or alchemize that fear or that resistance as a signal for what work to approach next. And I feel like I want to emphasize that to her that hey, this is totally normal, and this is also could be a signal of what to do. Um,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's also, I think, important to, I don't know why it just comes up, but just to say, like, or tell ourselves that we are proud of ourselves. And because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we often don't take a step to pause and see the things that we already have accomplished. And I think it's important to say, I'm proud of you.
Yeah, feel that. How does she receive all this?
Oh, could you repeat that again?
How does she receive this? How does it feel for her to hear all this?
She feels grateful, and perhaps assured of the door. So, oh, okay, it's part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she able to relax more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I invite you to just let her know that from here on out, she is not alone. You are there for her anytime she needs. She can just invite you back just by saying relax now and relax now, and you drop right back in to be there for all of your parts, all the different parts of yourself, what they need at the age that they need it. And I invite you to notice as the younger parts come online with these new skills and abilities, that means you've had it for longer. And how much more you feel it now because it's already been going on for a long time. The longer you've already been feeling this way, the more ingrained it becomes, the more natural it feels. And then you send that back to your younger self, and it just gets this positive, stronger and stronger loop of your past, creating that ideal, best possible past and how that feeds your present. Feeling it, enjoying it, how much power you have, how capable you are. Yeah. I invite you to take a few more moments and really deepen this experience, enjoy it. Into deeper and deeper layers of your being. And I'm curious if there's any reminder or anchor that you'd like to create for yourself to help you tie all these feelings together so that they're so easy to re-access in the future. A phrase, a movement, an image, anything that feels right.
Mm. The image that comes up in my mind is like whatever is my present self hugging my younger or past selves, and I see like it's like encapsulated within like layers of my younger selves
Like a
in my
babushka doll?
body. It's like
Yeah.
like a what?
Like a babushka doll where each doll fits into the one. Little.
Yes, yes. That's right. Oh, exactly. Yeah, I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing like a side profile, like just me hugging all of them. Like,
Yeah,
it's like trust. Like you can trust us. You can trust.
you can
And
trust. Yeah,
and yeah, and just encouraging all the dreams and visions and yeah,
yeah, you can trust your dreams.
yeah. And also, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Perfect. I want to practice with you right now. In a moment, I'm going to invite you to open your eyes and then kind of imagine yourself in just a day-to-day situation, and we're going to just drop right back down, right into that image, and feel how
Mm.
each time we practice it, it gets easier. So go ahead, opening your eyes, yeah, and right back down, all the way down. You can trust yourself. I'm proud of you. Feeling how easy it is to tap back into these feelings. And how each time you do, you just feel it stronger and deeper.
Like the feeling is so expansive that like I don't even realize it, but I just noticed I'm tilting my head back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for some reason, the word us feels more right than you. It's more like, I trust us.
Yes. I trust us absolutely.
I'm proud of us.
About us, because it's all one. Yeah. And what makes more
Yeah.
sense to you? Yeah, go on, go on.
Oh, sorry. One last thing is, I want to finish it off by telling them, like, let's create.
Create. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm also very grateful for all of my past selves, right? Because they were the ones that contributed to all the knowledge I know now.
Mm-hmm.
All the side quests, all the explorations. Even during those quote unquote depressive times when I was like scrolling my phone or brain rotting, I still learned a lot. I was my algorithm was like all about like content creation or like design and things like that. So it's like even though I in the moment I thought, oh my God, I feel so shitty about myself, just consuming, but I'm grateful because a lot of my ideas still I pick from that too, right? So it's like it all kind of has a purpose
It all has a
now
purpose.
already. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
exactly answered my question because I was going to ask, what do you understand more deeply about your past? And I think you just gave a pretty good answer.
Yeah. Yeah. And now it's like, okay, let's create. Let's create.
I invite you to project this out into the future and see all these parts of you in this trust, in this pride, in this creative state, day after day, week after week, all sorts of scenarios. And yet you remain together, waking up, going to sleep, walking in the street, by yourself, at home, in all these situations. This relationship just continues to unfold. Yeah. Taking a few more moments to just enjoy this beautiful vision for the future.
Another phrase that comes up is let's flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's invite some pleasure and ease into this process.
Yes,
Yeah,
pleasure and ease. Yes.
it doesn't have to be the way it was. It doesn't have to be the whole overworking yourself and then burning out. That pattern doesn't have to exist.
Yeah.
It's very possible to invite flow, yeah, and pleasure and ease
Yeah.
while creating.
Yeah. This new, better way that comes online through these increased skills and increased knowledge and understanding, pleasure and ease. Yeah.
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 And as you said that, just imagine like a snowball,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
knowledge accumulating as you create, as you learn, as you create, as you learn. Yeah, it just keeps on going
Yeah.
as you explore.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Exactly. Snowball. And you can imagine it's already happening, so it's already snowballing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm at the tip of it right now. It's continue. It will continue.
You can feel right now as though days and weeks have passed and snowball is already growing. Months are passing, snowball's even bigger. Feeling it growing more and more and more. Right here. Feeling it. Yeah.
I also feel very content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also very grateful. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I'm in a very grateful spot. And to have this opportunity to, yeah, it feels very blessed to be able to create and to be able to see what is possible, to have this vision. It's like, wow. Um,
Yeah.
I'm also very grateful to have so much resources, so much support.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lovely support network, yourself included.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just very grateful, yeah, to have yeah, like this I guess environment, this nurturing environment so that I can like as a flower, like a seed, I can blossom into it sounds so cheesy, but I think we like each and one of us, I think like we all have that potential. It's whether or not we are in the right environment or in the nourishing environment to let our gifts blossom.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'm so grateful that I finally have and found a environment that is, I guess, yeah, nurturing is the word I keep on using, or nourishing, or the, yeah, I'm very grateful. I'm also very grateful that my parents are also very supportive. 'Cause I know not everyone's family can be supportive about their dreams. I'm very grateful that my parents still provide for me so that I don't have to worry about, some of the stresses that can come with when you're starting your own venture. So I'm very grateful.
Mm.
Yeah, because they bring a lot of um, peace, like mental peace.
Hmm.
So much reasons now, or I don't even know if it's reasons, but it's just like it's right here. It's just now moving closer towards that vision, and because I see it so clearly, it's like it's like a portal has is so clear for me to walk into, you know.
Yeah, yeah. In the last
And it
few
would be
moments,
such a
yeah. Go on, go on.
sorry, I was gonna say it would be such a shame for me to not walk through that portal. It'd be such a shame to be stuck, paralyzed. It would be such a shame. So I feel like I should, not should, but I want. Words are hard to. Words are so reductive, but like I feel like words can't
Yeah,
capture everything. But it's just like I want to walk through that.
yeah,
You
I
know,
want, exactly.
you know.
Always
Yeah,
checking in with your wants, checking in with your
yeah.
desires, your deepest desires, and letting that observation of is all the parts of me align with this desire. Just always checking. Am I all on board? And embracing all the parts, whether they are or they aren't. It's part of you, and they all have something important to say.
Mhm.
Creating that space for more and more desire, because desire is such a good thing. It really tells us what we
Mhm.
want. Permission to want.
Mhm.
Exactly. And in the last few minutes, feeling really good, all through your body and your mind. There's one last thing I want to do with you, and I think you might find it quite simple. Leaning into that place of trust. I trust us. Really attuning to your own gratitude, pleasure, and ease. I invite you to summon up the image of this person that you've been dating and trust your body to tell you what is the true nature of what is happening here. Hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What becomes clear to you?
Mhm. I just feel like at the crux of it, I feel maybe we're not like equals, if you will. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like I feel like he really looks up to me
Yeah,
and or pedestalize me. I don't know. I just feel very uncomfortable with that
yeah,
feeling.
yeah, yeah. Trust it.
And I feel like that makes me sound so like I don't want to. It sounds kind of like aggrandizing, make myself. It sounds bad to say. I don't know.
Yeah. So notice how there's the initial reaction, and then there's the voice that comes in
Mm,
and says, "Can I really feel or say this?" And just, it's okay. You can
mm,
feel both. That's totally fine. This is the
yeah.
complexity of your inner world, and that is okay.
Mm, yeah.
And you might choose to sit with this a bit more and explore it more, but I wanted you to notice how the better you feel about yourself, the more capable you feel in your own intuition and your own trust, the more clearly the answers arise. The answers aren't always easy, they're usually simple.
I also feel um, maybe I feel like I'm looking for something different.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Like he's a great person, everything. It's just like our conversations aren't very rich.
And
And I
that's important
really
for you.
value,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's like it's one of like I'd say like my top non-negotiables, so to speak. Now that I think about it, it's like I really appreciate when like, those really deep and intellectual, if you will, but also like curious conversations to explore. And it's also someone to challenge me. I like it when someone has different opinions or perspectives to share. And um, I don't know, it just like it helps each other grow. And I just love, and I feel like also too, like a lot of the superficial stuff, like looks, beauty, well, that's the same thing. Um, even like, yeah, all those other stuff they don't matter as much as the conversations because as you age, a lot of things end up fading. But it's
Mm-hmm.
the conversations that really can be there, and a conversation that's like of two people that are open to explore and to challenge. And I don't know, it's like I think that's like where my heart really yearns for in terms of my other half, so to speak, or a partner for my life. Um,
Hmm.
And I just can't see it in this person, unfortunately, despite them being so nice and so kind um
Yeah,
and like yeah, and I do find them attractive, but it's just the conversation's more
yeah.
important.
And there can be gratitude there for them helping you achieve this clarity and for
Mm, true.
this journey that we often only learn through doing, through experimenting. It's the way we learn about
Mm,
relationships is through relating. What we
mm,
want, what we need, what we
mhm,
desire. So
mhm.
does it feel right for you to leave this here for now, this part, this relational bit?
Mhm. I feel like I should just let them know,
Mm-hmm.
or like I have articulated parts of this like about the conversation incompatibility, yet he still wants to try. He still wants to have time, like to
Mhm.
explore. And so I guess I'm at this like decision point or that fork in the road. Like, okay, do I continue exploring to gather more information to clear like? But then I feel like I know him for a month and a half. And I feel like the conversation stuff it wouldn't really change the more time I spent. So I think it would just prolong the pain of ending things if I keep on exploring.
Yeah. And here too, at this fork, dropping in to your relaxed, trusting flow and letting it help you decide. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel really sad.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sad because I feel like I'm letting go of it. I guess I don't know. It's just like letting go, but it's very sad because I feel like it will hurt the other person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's a lot of
I
empathy.
don't. I don't like. I don't like to hurt people like that. So it's really sad.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like because, like again, we do things that are like we do enjoy each other's company. It's just that one non-negotiable that's like in the way, but such an important one.
Yeah.
I just feel like maybe I've like he definitely thinks we vibe more than I think we
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels very like I don't know. I feel like I almost it feels like I deceived him, but that was not my intention. It's just how it played out, I guess. I don't know. And,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get really emotional with this stuff because it's
Yeah. It's almost harder when almost everything else lines up and just one big thing doesn't, because then it's like so much closer. It's not an obvious no, it's much more nuanced. Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
And when
And
it's
I can
one
definitely,
person instead of both, yeah.
yeah.
What are you gonna
And I
say?
can also, I was gonna say, I can also see the perspective or appreciate the perspective that this person has really clearly highlighted something like because before that um um I guess that non-negotiable wasn't as like in my mind well, I guess I or something that I realized about myself um
Yeah,
and so yeah I'm grateful I can be grateful that he showed me or brought clarity to that.
exactly.
Yeah, it's just I feel like anytime letting go, I guess tears just are part of that process of letting go and
Yeah.
takes the pain away, I suppose. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. There's a grieving. There's been good times over these last few weeks.
Hmm.
Been very nice,
Hmm.
enjoyable. It absolves you a part of the responsibility, right? Of like, you couldn't have known. You were always trying to be your best self with this person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just really being myself, and yeah, yeah. But I guess we're just not on the same page, so it's just unfortunate, and it is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just is like that sometimes. And I think what makes it a lot like uh more painful is the fact that yesterday he like asked me out in that like to be his girlfriend, and he brought me like flowers, and he was very thoughtful
Mm-hmm.
about it, and it's just like I don't know, I just feel really I don't know, I just feel very like I guess the word is bad. Like I just feel bad. I feel bad about it
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because I guess I don't want to hurt him. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Is it okay to go a few minutes over time? You have the time? Okay. Just keep feeling everything. Can I say, if it feels right? You can disregard anything that doesn't. That dating for a few weeks is pretty fast to ask someone to be a girlfriend, and that you have voiced concerns in the past, and there's some amount of like almost the word that comes to my mind is obsession of like let's get to the next level fast, and it's not fair for that all to be on you. There's a lot of keeping things at bay that seems to be happening here, and that's a lot because you're open-hearted and you see how much he wants it. That's a lot of pressure on you to maintain something on behalf of two people in a way.
yeah. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I also thought it was very quick. I was not expecting it. I was like, oh my goodness. That was
It's
yeah.
very quick and you've expressed reservations. So to lock it in with a title is the
Mm,
opposite of sort of respecting this, let's take time and see if this works. It's an
mhm,
escalation and it's unilateral. It's coming from one side. And so we're kind of blindsided by it. And now you have to essentially
mhm.
be making a bigger rejection than it was until now. Now there's a bigger ask.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. It's a bit of a socially inappropriate thing that you've found yourself in, is what I'm validating
Mm,
here. And it still
mm.
feels very unpleasant for you to have to do that.
It's
That's
good.
less than what I see though.
An awkward situation.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Yeah, and it's on you, and it's very often the
uh,
woman's role. If we talk about roles, this is often, women get the gift of choice, right? You get to choose whatever you want, supposedly, but then you get the curse of rejecting.
I guess the cherry on top too is like he says things like um, like I'm like he's never met anyone like me, and that he feels like the happiest when he's with me, and all these things, and I guess part of me also like is happy to hear that, but also that if I'm rejected or if I let it go, I just maybe I just worry that he will be very sad, or he's gonna feel like I don't know, like I have a sense that he, because I don't think he's like the most confident or secure at baseline. Like when we met, I feel like it might trigger him and make him, I don't know, sends him into a depressive episode. I don't know, or something like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just worrying too much on his behalf. It's like his emotions, not mine. But
Yeah.
still, I just can't help myself to think that, to feel that, like the potential pain that I would cause by my decisions.
Yeah. And a reminder here too that the the infrastructure, that's a very technical word, but the underlying preparedness for this reality, including how he experiences it, has been happening way before he met you. Language like that, for example, implies things like he's not familiar with the honeymoon phase or his attachment and what you might bringing up for him. And there's a lot of, for lack of a better word, immaturity in some of how he's approaching this. And so, yes, your behavior will have that maybe a bigger rippling effect through this person, but it's because of a very baseline needs and again skill sets that may not be there.
Mm-hmm.
This is so much bigger than
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's a gap I sense, like that clear gap of, um, I guess, again, I hate to say this because it makes me sound like more like I don't want to put myself on a pedestal or like anything like that, but just I sense that gap of like maturity, I suppose, like or intelligence in some. I can't say that. I don't know why. I feel like it's just so mean to say, but it
Mm,
just feels like he's not like an equal, and I want to find an equal
yeah.
in a relationship, like a partner.
Mm-hmm.
I can see eye
Mm-hmm.
to eye on things, and to can understand me and or be understood.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
and that,
Society tells us so many things about like being humble and stuff like that. I One of the better lessons I
mhm,
heard about humility is that if you acknowledge a reality in yourself but don't think you're better than anybody else for it, and just you're grateful for how it arrived here, genetics, good opportunities,
mhm,
luck, you could still acknowledge a reality that you're above average
mhm.
intelligence and above average creativity, and this is just a fact of life. This is a blessing and sometimes it's a curse, and it's how we go through the world, and this is just it. And therefore there will always be people who either are or aren't compatible to that.
Compatible. Yeah, that's the word. Not compatible.
It's not a judgment on who this person is. It doesn't make them a
No.
bad person, and you approach it with a lot of humility, right? And so there's nothing inherently wrong with that. The fact remains that
Mm,
you see things of the world differently. You experience the world
diff
differently. Yeah.
it is different. I think, yeah. And he definitely has his like gifts and his intelligences in other domains,
Exactly.
like more than me. So it's not like say I'm better or worse or anything like that. It's more like in these important things I value,
Yeah.
um, there's that mismatch. There's
Exactly.
that incompatibility. Yeah.
Like you said, even the thing itself is subjective, right? So valuing
Very.
intelligence, something that you do and other people might not. And so then you're good at the thing you
Hmm.
value and somebody else is a good at the thing that they
Hmm.
value. And that's
Exactly.
just,
Exactly.
yeah, how are you feeling?
I think definitely cool down and assured that
Hmm.
yeah, I can. I want to tell him the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. And I guess another thought, something just downloaded, is something to help me not like not get too caught up in how he would feel about this decision, is that this will be his journey, or
Mm-hmm.
this will be something that helps him realize and learn about himself, or learn something about relationships. And it would actually maybe be a disservice if I didn't, you know, let go to teach. It's in a weird way. It's not in a weird way, but in a high level soul, I don't know, way that I feel like this is part of the purpose of maybe our relationship, that like I learned this about me and he learns that, or whatever he learns about him, about the
100%.
situation. It's
You're
part of the,
modeling.
again, process.
Yeah, you're modeling on a more psychological terms. You're modeling um, mature relationships that have difficult conversations, that can set boundaries or end when their time has come. These are all things that many adults never learn, and you're modeling
Mm,
this for him. And there's valuable lessons
mm.
there for him to learn if he's open to it. You know, and that's all
If
you
he's
can
open
do
to
is
it.
be a
Yeah.
mature adult.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like an opportunity for him,
Mm-hmm.
giving him
Exactly.
opportunity to learn, to grow, to overcome whatever it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and a little bit
I
of a
think
different angle is, sorry, go
oh no, I forgot. You go, you
on,
go.
is that almost always, given the chance, my guess is he would say he would rather have met you than not met you, even if it only lasted for a few weeks.
Mm,
That concept of leaving the campgrounds cleaner than when you arrived, in a better place
mm.
than when you left them, than when you, that's a concept that I really love in relationships. And
I like
it's
that.
almost for sure when two mature adults come into the picture with each other, that's almost always the result. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
I like that. I like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like maybe it's like planting a seed too. That's another way to say it. It's like I planted a seed. Now the seed can mature, uh, and vice versa. I feel like I've also learned a lot from the
Yeah,
seeds that he planted in me, if you will.
yeah. Like
Just,
the sum of our all our relational skills is the sum of all the relationships we've had before, starting with our parents, of course. And so
mm-hmm,
every relationship, actually, whether successful or not, still can create a building block into any future
mm-hmm,
relationship being more enhanced in your relationship with yourself and understanding of yourself. It's like
mm-hmm.
the philosophy of you don't really know yourself unless another person emerges and then they mirror you and only then you see yourself, right? And so
Yeah,
the knowledge of others and the self that can emerge from that.
yeah, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. Yeah, definitely learned a lot.
Exactly. All right, so we're at time. So I'd like to bring this to
Mhm,
a close, and I want
mhm.
to invite you. Let anything from your mind for now. Well, I'll count you back out.
Should I open my mind?
No, not yet. Just
Okay.
drop back in for a
All
few
right. Okay.
seconds. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll count you out, so it's a slower
Okay.
transition out. And for now, letting everything fade from your mind that doesn't serve you in this moment, feeling in your body that letting go, that dropping back in to your resources, your present self, hugging the past selves, that image, I trust us, I'm proud of us, let's create, let's flow. Tapping into that bigger, stronger. There's even more room now for all of that. With each thing that you process and align or let go, there's more room to breathe just a bit deeper, feel just a bit more, be just a bit more authentic.
Mm,
So you've learned so much today, you've tapped into so much you've already had within you, and you can just see how that can continue to enhance your future in a myriad of surprising and amazing
mm.
ways. Feeling that hope, feeling that excitement. As I count up slowly from 1 to 5, slowly return to full awareness. Feeling great, feeling relaxed, feeling energized and inspired. 1, some nice deep breaths in and out. 2, current age, current room, current body. Uh, 3, you can Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe moving your head a bit from side to side. Yeah. 4, positive associations with this whole experience, bringing only the good stuff with you. And 5, you can open your eyes.
Wow. Whoa. That was intense. Wow. Wow. I did not expect that. And I didn't expect how you to tackle both. And it actually worked really well. Like how that one, the trust and it flowed into that relationship. Wow, you're really good at this. You're really good at this. Wow.
Thank you, Sunny. It was a pleasure to work with you. There's so much awareness and so much existing skills and maturity, and you really are brilliant. I don't know if you like to
Thank
dwell on
you.
that topic.
I do. I feel like I do have trouble uh, receiving or not, like because again, the culture is you got to be humble, you got to be show humility, and it's hard to fully accept. But I feel like
Yes,
deep down, my soul knows, and
exactly.
I mean, we are all intelligent in our own ways, you know.
Well, the way I frame it, I think the way I frame it for myself, because I know that I have above average intelligence, is that there's a damn large amount of downsides to this. Like it's not so much about it's not about, oh, I'm going to be humble. It's like I am also above average intelligence, and damn if I don't grapple with that every day. And if there aren't huge
Mm,
struggles that come with that. So I'm not any better. In some ways, I wish I didn't have it, right? It's like a complete,
mm,
it's a different way to go about it that is realistic.
mm,
But instead of being realistic as like we're all the same, it's realistic and we all have our
mm,
struggles.
mm. And also, we all have our gifts, right?
Yeah,
From it, it's
we
like
all have
it's
our gifts.
both. There's that, yeah, duality in
Yeah.
on this physical plane.
Not everybody has
Not
the
to get
gift of
too.
intelligence, but people have other gifts. And sometimes people's gifts is their happiness with where they are instead of this incredible restlessness that I, for example, experiment, right? And so I think it's a gift. I don't think restlessness is a gift, right? And so maybe it's,
Right.
and then you could go into the whole meta, like what's really bad, and everything is a kind of
Mm,
gift. So
mm,
that's kind of beyond me sometimes. But yeah, but I don't
mm.
mean to bring it back to me. I'm just saying it's a pleasure.
Yeah, no, that was good to share your experiences too. I feel like it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like I learn and or I can relate. Um, and I was gonna say though, one thing I noticed is that there was some white noise from your mic. Sometimes there was like buzzing once, like some it sounded like
I know what it is.
birds
I know what
chirp
it's.
electronic. Yeah, but you know
It
what?
might be. Yeah.
I kind of told myself this will help me relax. So it actually did help me relax,
I
the
should
white
have told
noise.
you a
But
prompt. There's an air conditioner outside in the alley outside of me that buzzes really loudly. It's my guess that it was that, unless you're hearing it constantly. If it came in and out at various times, my guess it
the
was that.
buzzing was in and out. Yes, and there's also like a subtle white noise. I like the white noise because I actually fall asleep to that. So that was actually like unintentionally helpful to getting into a trance state.
So even right now, if there's
However,
also
like
silence, you'll hear a white noise.
yes, and also a little bit of like a ticking like like once in a while
Interesting.
or like a buzzing.
Okay, I wonder if I could improve the sound further. Probably a good idea. This
Do
is a
you use
decent
a
mic.
mic?
I use a mic. This is a mic, right, that I have right here, like that.
Oh,
I could
okay.
probably get a better one. This is the Snowball, so it's not a particularly expensive mic, but
Gotcha,
I do
gotcha.
have it.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
summertime, I have my window open because it's nice, but then more stuff comes in outside.
Mm,
In the winter,
comes
with the more
in.
to
Yeah,
the
I
year,
heard birds chirping at one point. Yeah,
it
that
was
was
really
nice.
nice. Actually, I was like,
Don't mind
oh,
that.
I have no.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that's just like very minor, like
I
technical
appreciate
stuff.
that.
But
Yeah, and
yeah,
I
I
actually
think
also welcome your feedback around now that you've seen this more and you've interacted with me, kind of like as a
yeah.
client. What more can be done around the business model of this whole experience? Whether it's the touch
Mm,
points, you'll get an email automatically tomorrow, for example, as well
yeah,
as the
yeah,
broader, like, okay, this is something really cool. What do we do with this? That kind of thing.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. I think this video could is a good way of showing people what the powers of hypnosis assisted healing can do. Um, but yeah, I'll definitely percolate and let my, you know, subconscious put together some thoughts and, and give
Yeah,
you feedback more when I process it more.
yeah.
Uh,
Any last questions or
yeah.
thoughts on me from now?
Mm, just very grateful and very like appreciative of this experience. I was not expecting to cry so much. And I love the visual. I think I'm gonna draw it. I'm gonna draw like that.
Yeah.
Wait, babushka? Is that what do you call
Yeah.
it? Boba?
Have you heard of a
Babush?
babushka before?
I've seen. I can picture. Is it like those? Like they look like
Yeah,
bowling pins or
exactly.
bowling whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know there was a name for it, but I totally understood what you meant when you said it. Um, yeah, I'm gonna draw that. And
Yeah,
I wonder
exactly.
if I
So
should make a
babushka,
babushka.
yeah,
Sorry.
babushka what?
I'm gonna make a babushka of my younger self and
Exactly.
older self.
Yeah,
That'd be funny.
I love that. I love that visual. I once had a concept of like inviting artists to do hypnosis and then create art based on the experience because it's a variation of like almost like a psychedelic trip kind of thing. And so I could come up
Yeah.
with that. Yeah. So a babushka literally means like a Polish grandmother. And then I just
Oh.
Googled it because they're always wearing these like scarves. So that's what I always call them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nesting dolls is the official term. I see here a word matryoshka. So
Not
it's a very
sure.
common thing. If you Google
Okay.
babushka, you'll see nesting dolls.
Yeah.
And you can actually make, I've
Okay.
seen here, you can buy DIY ones and you can actually like paint
And
whatever you
paint
want
it?
on it.
Oh my gosh, I might do that. I might do that. It would be like my younger self, like the different hairstyles I had and like the different, I don't know, fashion trend I was doing at the time. That would
Exactly.
be really funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a good visual reminder of like, hey, we're always here, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just lovely. I love that. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Got me, give me some good ideas now.
And just so you know, that I didn't expect this, or specifically around broadly and specifically around crying and emotionality, is one of the most common
Mm.
responses that I get. Just
Like I
let
didn't
that
expect.
percolate as well,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
because I don't, on one hand, like to tell people in advance what their experience is going to be like, right?
True.
I don't want
True.
to say, "Oh, you're gonna cry." Um,
Yeah.
to me, I see it as a very good sign. I think it can be a really good sign, but it's one of those dilemmas that I have between telling someone something's going to go a certain way, but there's
Yeah.
something there.
Right.
I
Because maybe
believe
priming.
there's some. Yeah, I don't want to prime exactly. There's something there though about the
Mm,
fact that because a consistent surprise that people have, meaning we have
mm,
something here that is transcending most people's conception of what the thing will be, right? Either vertically or
mm,
at least horizontally, as in like
mm,
it's different and maybe better, right? I'm not going to say,
mm.
but that is itself a sign in the marketing or the opportunity. And I'll leave it there, and I'll let you
Yeah.
deal with
Yeah.
that.
Oh, for sure. That's a good thought. Um, I'm also curious what your, I guess, final thoughts are on this facilitating as a facilitator. Um, yeah. What was your
Facilitating
experience
you
like?
specifically.
Yes. Yes. Like
Yeah,
the session.
a couple things. I found it overall fascinating how quickly you were able to shift into like the positive. I'm always checking, is there stuff that we need to clear out? There was very little,
Mm,
especially around like you've clearly done a
mm,
lot of work to get where you are, and you overall seemingly have had a good childhood. Like I can tell
mm,
when people, and no one's is perfect, when there's a good enough level of childhood, from that
mm,
point on, people's actually ability to transcend challenges as they arise becomes infinitely easier. I cannot tell you the difference
mm,
between when
mm,
people um, are grappling with those basic need, kind of like
mm.
basic attachment, basic
Yeah.
like the childhood trauma. We all again have some, but there's like some threshold, and I
Yeah.
like it's an intuition that I have. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this person had a good enough childhood. I remember working with
Yes.
like a medical doctor, with a medical student in med school, and I'm going to use that as a self-selecting experience of
Yeah.
like what it took to get there. You're probably not completely fucked up. There are exceptions, of course, and even it came out like the parents were so supportive, and like we just worked through things,
Yeah.
you know. And this is the thing, and
Yeah,
it came up and then it
absolutely.
passed, and that it came up and it
Yeah.
passed. People take that for granted, but if you fucking have trauma, every step
Mm,
of the way gets caught up in all the other stuff, and the sense of self which isn't
mm,
fully developed. So that was great to see,
right. Yeah.
and it was
I
fascinating.
totally get it.
Yeah,
Sorry, I have to go back to that point about like the being entangled and I feel like yes, there's people who are more tangled in terms of their trauma as opposed to for me, I feel like I'm more like I feel like also because I've done so much work on my past too that I think I've transcended that. I untied the knot, so to speak, if you
Yes.
will.
Yeah.
I think that helps me reframe in the positive light. I guess, yeah, by default now. It's like,
Exactly.
actually,
Exactly.
thank you for saying that because I didn't realize that I did that so naturally. I didn't realize that it is
Yeah.
what, yeah, wow.
The
Thank
amount
you.
of resources that you have to fall back on, meaning it's almost like, are
Mm,
you the sum of the negatives or the positives in your life, right? And so like
mm,
if the equal is like 90% shit and like 10% good, and now I, as the hypnotist, am slowly carving out a beachhead, if you will, metaphorically, into
mm,
your subconscious of goodness, right? But is the opposite
yeah.
true, where you're 90% good, and then there's this 10% thing that happened, and can you absorb it
Mm,
back into you and have lots of ways in which you could tackle it, or ideas that come into your
mm,
own mind where you deal with it. So yes,
mm,
either you have that good childhood or you've done the work, or a combination of both, and it's a sign of
both.
actual work, because there's the people who've been in therapy for
Mm,
years and they can talk your ear off, but this is the reality: is do you or do you not pass
mm,
through these emotional states, right? And that's how I
mm.
separate from people who've done like too much talk therapy and not enough processing, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Is one of
absolutely.
those things. And one other, as a tangent, but to me, what I find so powerful about MDMA specifically as a drug, and psychedelics in general, is it gets you feeling so good in your body that you're finally able to start
Mm,
letting go of this stuff, because your body's all
just let it
congealed
go.
around, like I call it like grabbing an electric fence. You're seized up around the pain and you can't let go. So
Mm,
first you feel good enough, you relax, and I describe it as getting bigger than your problem.
mm.
For the first time in your life, you're bigger than your problem. So that's my passion for MDMA, and to the degree that I can
Yep,
induce an MDMA type experience with somebody without a substance, that's what hypnosis is to me.
absolutely. Yeah, I think I was in that state. It's that heart open, like heart chakra
Yeah,
opening
yeah.
feeling. And hypnosis is so similar. I don't think I need the drugs, to be honest, at
Exactly.
this point. At this point.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I didn't realize that now, but thank you for sharing that
My pleasure.
insights.
Lots
Yeah.
more to do. In fact, I have a podcast called The
Mm,
State of Trance, and as I'm talking, I love talking, and you're a great listener and questioner. We
mm.
should explore maybe creating more episodes together of the podcast, because we have a lot
I'm
to talk.
down.
Yeah.
You know, just the other day, I was at this cafe. It's like, oh, Alternity. We met there.
Okay.
Alternity Hub.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I was just talking to a friend. This person's like, also like similar because but big brain in different ways. Like he's very much AI and coding type of stuff. And we're just chatting, and then a stranger comes up to us and it's like, "Yo, you guys are talking like a podcast." Like I was listening the whole time and like continue doing your research, continue learning about ADHD nutrition. Like he was just like, I was like, "Whoa, you've been listening." So I'm like, maybe podcasting is like something, like a gift that I could contribute to. I don't know.
100%. It'd be a great,
So yeah,
yeah,
now I'm like thinking this is a good opportunity because I'm like, that just happened recently.
yeah, amazing. Cool. So I'm gonna bounce. I'm gonna send you this recording now for your records. You'll
Yeah.
review it. Let me know what you think, and I'll also send you the
Mhm.
podcast that I already have. See what you think about it.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Awesome,
I'd be
Sadi.
happy to be a guest. Yeah.
Amazing. Take care,
Alrighty.
Sadi.
Take care,
Feel good.
Shalom. Yeah, have a
Bye.
wonderful long weekend. Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. Take care.